morning, everybody, and welcome to Chamber Chat. I am chairman of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, Adam Servodio, and I'm joined here today by the president of Ocean County College, Dr. Pamela Monaco. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to have this conversation.
Oh, well, thank you for allowing me to have this conversation with you. So I'd love to get started. Just tell us a little bit about what's going on at Ocean County College and what brought you to be the president of Ocean County College.
My great good fortune to be here as president of Ocean County College. I've been president now for 15 months, and it is an institution that I would say is on the move. We are facing headwinds like all institutions of higher education in terms of public confidence and so forth, but you wouldn't know it when you talk to our students. And we are here for students and community. We have a lot going on. We are celebrating our 60th anniversary of being a college. We are the first community college in New Jersey, and Senator Harrington had established us back in 1964. A very different time, and if you happen to have been here for our commencement, we had all the sense of 1964, from colors to the music and so forth. Some of our students were probably wondering, why are we doing this? But it's this way of showing connection, that we just have the connection to the past. And part of what I enjoy as being president, when I go out, I'm always meeting people who are alums from OCC. And without an exception, they talk about what an experience they had here, from the clubs, the athletics, the faculty, to just the relationships that happened here.
That's incredible. I can't believe it's been 60 years since I attended classes here when it first opened up. It wasn't that long ago, but I am an alum of OCC, so it's incredible being back here. And if you could tell me, what are some of the updates that have taken place, not since 60 years ago, but the most recent updates that have taken place here at OCC?
Well, we are doing several things. We are really putting a focus on our community outreach. And because of that, we had, for example, at colloquium, which is what we call our first day back, when faculty come back for the beginning of the semester. And this semester, we had our service day. So we had well over 150 employees, and we had a committee that had done outreach to different organizations: Seeds of Service, American Legion, the Girl Scouts, JBJ, All for One. And people had to sign up, and then they went out in groups, and for a couple of hours they were giving back, because as the county college, we are here not just to educate, but also to be part of the community in various ways. And it was eye-opening for many people. I was at JBJ Soul Kitchen, and let me tell you, I walked away with incredible respect for anybody who works in the food industry. I had the arduous task of cutting lemons and cutting bread and remembering people's drink orders, and that was almost beyond my capability.
It's a lot, yeah.
Well, it was, yes. And part of the joy too was getting to know members of the community, but also members of our own internal community, because we were working with people that we don't always work with. And part of our goal is sort of breaking down those silos. So we're doing a lot of work that way. On December 5th, for example, we are going to have an event here in which we are addressing what it's like to be homeless. And it is a partnership with the county, with Family Promise, and OCC particular, our social work students who are taking the lead. And it's going to be the opportunity for people to experience. You're going to get a case scenario, and you are an elderly woman who has to take in your nephew, and you live in a 55 plus community, so you lose your home. Where do you go? And it's understanding the hoops and so forth, and building empathy, and that sense of, you never know what another person's story is.
Yeah,
so we're doing that. And then we have new programs that we're working on. We've always worked very well with the OCVTS, but now there is a building sort of right behind me in which their pre-nursing program is being located, and the students are coming here. They're going to be bringing their ALPS program, the police science program, here hopefully in the fall. And it's a way to to really address, they have so much need and they are running out of capacity. We have a building that we could donate to them and figure out how to use it differently. And we're also then going to continue our early college approach and embedded so that the students, hopefully, in their nursing program will be taking some of the credits so they could come to our nursing program when they're finished. And we're working on a new program in dental hygiene and radiography and really trying to expand our definition of being a college. It's not just a transfer college, but it's also a place where you can come for job skills and walk out and get a good job.
That's great. So just a little bit, not too much happening, but
Well,
just
we
a few
try to
things.
keep ourselves busy, yes.
And you definitely do, and
Yeah.
and they're all incredible programs that are much needed, especially with the growing concerns with
Right.
the homeless epidemic going on, and then the needs for nurses is just growing and
Yes.
growing endlessly. So really some great things happening here, and so to entice students to come and attend at OCC, I know you have some partnerships that you work with other educational programs and everything. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, thank you for asking about that. One of the changes from 60 years ago is certainly our relationship with Kane University. And they have been on our campus for quite a while now. A student can just transfer from our program right into one of the Kane programs and never have to leave the campus. We work in close partnership with Kane. They are really a wonderful, wonderful partner, and students enjoy the experience. But we recently, with my being a new president and Stockton having a new president, when we first met, I said, well, what about 3+1s? And he said, love the idea. And a 3+1 is that a student can complete 3 years here instead of just 2. So the third year, which would be all Stockton classes, will be offered on our campus, taught by our faculty at our prices. And then
Wow.
they will go on to the fourth year. But Stockton said, well, how about if we come and offer the fourth year here, which would be wonderful because students need choices.
Yes.
And this gives them several choices. We continue to build partnerships with other universities too. But we're very excited about this new partnership because one of the things we're really focused on is also how do we build the connections with the southern part of the county. You know, we have our Manahawkin campus that is wonderful. We did a rebranding. It is now no longer the SEC, but Ocean County College at Manahawkin.
Fantastic.
And
That's
there's a
great.
lot of growth there. And we need to make sure that the students who are in the southern part don't have to come to Toms River.
Hmm.
They could, but they could also take their courses there. And then if they wanted to, take their fourth year there at Stockton.
That's great. That's great. Now, one of the staples that brings me back to my childhood is the planetarium that is on site. I think everybody from Ocean County or from Toms River at least remembers going on a school trip to the planetarium each year. So can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with the planetarium and do you guys still host the school trips?
Oh my goodness, yes. We do so much outreach with schools, different schools from elementary all the way up, because one of the things that we know is that when you connect with students early, third grade, fourth grade, and they come on a college campus, it becomes something familiar to them and they start thinking about, well, I could see myself there. And the planetarium is a great way to get students here. It also is part of our STEM initiative. So students are excited about science and technology. Planetariums are celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Wow.
So we are in the midst of raising funds to do a refurbishment for the planetarium. It is, I would say it's a jewel in the crown, but we have so many jewels, so it's one of multiple jewels that we have, and continue to see students all the time and families. I mean, that's part of the tradition too. Is it somebody like you who's been here all of a sudden says, oh, children, nieces, nephews, you need to experience it also. And when I was
Definitely.
interviewing, I thought, a planetarium on the campus, that is amazing. Just like the Performing Arts Academy on the campus and the Grunin Center. These are not the kinds of accoutrements and experiences that most colleges have, particularly two-year colleges.
Yeah, definitely not. And you mentioned the Grunin Center. Do you have any upcoming performances or anything going on there anytime soon?
Always,
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 right?
yes. So just last Friday, we had opening night, sold out for our OCC Repertory Theater Company.
Wow,
And
that's
it
great.
is a wonderful example. It is, for this play, it's a compilation of scenes from Shakespeare. Let me tell you, I have a theater background. It's hard to do Shakespeare, really
Yes.
hard. It's even harder when you're not doing a complete play because you don't have the ability to understand Hamlet from Act One, Scene
Mm-hmm.
One to Act Five. So these students and community members, and that's part of the beauty of it. It's not just students, it's this idea that we bring populations together that learn from each other, and to hear some of the students up there declaiming Hamlet to be or not to be and so forth, and doing it with such skill that you don't have to know the play, you don't have to know the context, but you hear that language so beautifully delivered.
Just draws
So,
you in.
yeah, so you can come next week, this weekend, more performances. So I would say always keep an eye
Sign
out.
me up.
Yes,
I'm in.
yes. But then we also have so many different lectures. We have guest musicians who are here, and it gives me an opportunity also to plug our music department.
Here we go.
So when we have classical musicians come in, the professor who's in charge of our music program will often arrange for master classes. So just recently, I attended one of these master classes. So you have a world-renowned pianist come in, and the students then sign up to play in front of this famous pianist, and then the pianist stops and then gives feedback in front of an audience. Now, for me, I'm just thinking I want to go run and hide. I
Climbing a
can't,
hole, right?
yes,
Yeah.
they do this so beautifully. And when you hear a professional musician say, do this, and it's foreign language to me, and then they execute, and you can hear the difference. But one of the examples of one of the ways that we really excel with music is that this pianist was trying to explain something to the student, and the student wasn't quite getting this. And he said, well, how long have you studied music? And she thought, and she said, year and a half. And he said, oh, so you've studied music a year and a half here? And she said, no, in total. So he turns and he looks at the professor and said, is that true? And he said, oh, yes, she came in and started learning with me.
Wow.
And the pianist stopped, turned, looked at the student and said, brava. I mean, that doesn't happen
Yeah.
places. And here it happens all the time. So as a member of the community, you can come in, you can hear this. And actually, we had a community member who also partook of the master class. So we have that. We have all sorts of guests who come in, from musicals to book signings and book lectures. Just recently, we had a scientist from UC Berkeley on happiness.
Wow. I think everybody could use a little bit of that nowadays.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's there's always something going on. So people should check out our website under the Grunin Center and see what is available.
That's great. And just remember, it's never too late to come in, take classes. You
Absolutely.
know, Ocean County College is not just for the younger students transitioning from high school to college. It's for anybody. Come in, check out the curriculum that you have, and check and see what interests you, because you never know. Maybe you can take a master class and learn to play piano or another instrument. But is there anything else you would like to share about the college or about yourself before we wrap things up?
Well, I would just say that we also have workforce and professional education. So for people in the county who might have a small business and would like to get some customized training, there is some skill that they want their employees to learn, come and talk to us and we can design what a business or organization needs. So we always have that to offer. And then I would just say I'm delighted to be here. I live here in Toms River. I spend an awful lot of time here with the students. I try to go to all of the athletic events, and it is so heartwarming for me. I went into higher education a long time ago as an English professor, loved teaching, and was tapped to rise into some of the administrative ranks. And my goal then was to help change situations for the betterment of students. And as president, every day I see not necessarily what I do, but what all of the faculty and staff are able to do to change lives. And for that reason, I think I have the best job.
You definitely do. That is incredible. And what you guys do in the community is amazing. And I see you out in the community all the time. So I know you're out there and really getting your hands into things. So thank you so much
Thank you.
For allowing me to interview today and for being my first Chamber Chat interview and making it very easy on me. And I look forward to seeing you again out and about in the community.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.